your business and the services you provide.
My name is Chazvon. I am a developmental therapist for Small Milestones Therapy Incorporated, which is my small business where we offer developmental services to families that have children with developmental delays. So if a child is not developing as per like CDA guidelines, or if your pediatrician has some concerns on their development as far as speech, crawling, walking, standing, we help your child meet their developmental milestones. I wanted to start saving for retirement, so I had a mental goal of wanting to kind of retire a little bit earlier, and I wanted to see what that looked like if I say wanted to retire at 55 or 57. So we looked at some different options as an independent contractor, and they seemed feasible to not only work towards retirement, but also it's helping me save more. I actually sold my home, so I had a little extra cash, and it was sitting in a savings account, and she let me know that I could be putting that money towards a higher interest. So by putting that extra money that I existingly had already into what was a larger savings for me in the long run, it was a no-brainer to put my money into IUL. So for me, the living benefit it originally was something I was kind of questioning, like, what do I need a living benefit for? But I decided to do it because it was like not extra for my insurance. So I ended up going into surgery again because I suffered from fibroids. It's not my first time going into surgery. I really didn't think anything of it. Went into have the myomectomy. I also had hernia, so I had the 2-in-1 at the same time, but they were going to do the myomectomy first. So upon having surgery for the myomectomy, he was successfully able to remove the fibroids. There was a little bit of complications because I had a lot of fibroids. I had 27. And one was as large as an enlarged cantaloupe. So upon sitting in like the recovery room, I was experiencing some abdominal pain, some internal bleeding, I later found out. And so I had to sign off for them to take me back into the surgery room. And that's where things kind of went downhill. I went into shock. I ended up having a seizure. And then after losing so much blood, my heart stopped. So I ended up basically going into cardiac arrest. So they had to revive me. Every little thing in a hospital you have to pay for. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be crazy expensive. And then I was speaking to Katrina. She's like, you have a living benefit. And I'm like, oh yeah, wait, what's that again? She was like, well, you experiencing a critical, basically something like critically injuring happening to you that you basically aren't able to function your regular life. So we submitted the application and I was able to receive money from my living benefit. I received 100 times more than I put in because I probably going on 2 years, and I actually didn't get to my 2 year. It was about to go up for renewal. And the check that they wrote me was like 5 digits. So yeah, is very worth it. If you know you're going into surgery, like I said, this was my second surgery. I wanted my mom there, but I was like, it's all right. I'll be out in 2 days. I went through a full life-changing event. So you basically never know what's going to happen at the rate of this world is going anyways. It's something to actually have as a backing up. I would highly recommend an IUL to self-employed individuals. One, because you receive a 1099, so you basically get all your money up front, and you can decide on how much or how little you want to start off. So say for instance, you're like, oh, I'm only making, $3,000 a month. I only have $50 to put into my IUL. You can talk to your broker and make that work. And later on, you put more and more and more as time goes on. So it's very lucrative, especially if you're younger, to start as soon as you can. Just like you go through your regular expenses, you can make having an IUL a part of your expense. And in the long run, it's going to pay you, which is the ultimate gift that you want to give yourself being a business owner. So the earlier you start, the better. You're essentially paying yourself for your future.